We are here today to introduce what I call WeatherCast Wednesday. And first of all, I would like to introduce you to the Dominican Met Service website and to introduce myself. My name is Marshall Alexander. I'm the Acting Senior Met Officer at the Dominican Met Service. Again, to introduce our website, weather.gov.dm, where you can find a lot of useful information, and including our resource page. If you want to learn more about weather, about our terms, what is the meaning of certain terms, such as what would be a tropical storm warning or watch, or hurricane warning, hurricane watch, and steps you should take or things you should do to protect yourself and your family and your property as well. You can get current conditions, you can get forecast conditions, extended forecast, which would be the 3-day forecast. You can get climate information. You can also request climate information on our website. You can get astronomical data. That would be high tide, low tide, moon phase, sunrise, sunset, etc. So you can just visit our website, weather.gov.dm, where you can find a lot of useful information for you. Firstly, we'll look at what is called a satellite image. When you're looking at a satellite image, it can be a visible satellite imagery, or it can be an infrared satellite imagery. And that would basically be showing the clouds. And satellite imagery, in terms of infrared satellite imagery, would be showing what is called reflectivity, or the coolness of the cloud tops. Today we're going to be looking at some infrared satellite imagery, which shows some patches of low-level clouds moving across the island of Dominica, including some of the islands to the north and south of Dominica. And these cloud patches are associated with a tropical wave, which is presently affecting the island. And there's expected to be a gradual decrease in moisture levels across the area by tomorrow morning or by mid-morning tomorrow, with a gradual drying out expected as the day continues to progress tomorrow. So we're looking forward to a good weekend on Friday and Saturday, and also some parts of Sunday, with another tropical wave approaching by late Sunday and into Monday. And when you talk about radar imagery, you are basically talking about rainfall. So radar imagery would show rainfall, and satellite imagery would show clouds. So based on the colors that are shown on the radar imagery, then that would represent the intensity of the rainfall across the area. So looking at that area to the east of Dominica, or basically to the northeast of Dominica, you can see that yellow patch. So this area would represent moderate showers. We have that area with even brown, which show heavier showers in that area to the northeast of Dominica. The general pattern of motion is usually from east to west across the island, and we could see that the southern section of Dominica has been experiencing some showers at about 4:15 this afternoon. We're looking at radar imagery from using the Barbados radar, which is a 400-kilometer loop of radar showing the movement of showers. As I always say, that radar imagery would show rainfall. So the moving areas we have in green would actually be showing the areas of showers, or patches of showers moving across the area associated with that tropical wave. Here we have it, the forecast page displaying the expected conditions, with the synopsis saying that a tropical wave is affecting the island or the region, and the forecast for this afternoon and tonight: mostly cloudy to overcast at times, slightly hazy and breezy with light to moderate scattered showers, and possible isolated thunderstorms by afternoon. So that was basically seen in the reports, where you had some thunderstorm cells that could generate some thunderstorm activity during this afternoon within the next 6 to 12 hours. So we're also advising people in areas prone to flooding, landslides and falling rocks to exercise caution, because there are some areas that are very vulnerable to flooding in Dominica, in certain parts of Dominica. And in the outlook, we are seeing that dust haze is expected to affect the area in varying concentrations during the next few days. And we have to note that following the passage of this tropical wave, so by tomorrow afternoon, we can expect to see an increase in haze around the island. Okay, looking at the extended forecast. So if you look at the extended forecast based on the icons, you can see that the conditions are expected to increase by Thursday and into Friday, with conditions becoming fair to occasionally cloudy, slightly hazy and breezy at times, with isolated showers. So we are in for a good weekend on Friday. So now we are looking at what is called a moisture loop, or total precipitable water. Basically moisture loop, and we can see that the moisture associated with a tropical wave affecting the island. So we see that the areas of brown represent the areas of a lot of moisture, and that is associated with that tropical wave. And behind of that you have a clearing. So that is where we're seeing that we're expecting dry conditions following the passage of that tropical wave. There's also a tropical wave out there. It's way out in the Atlantic and not showing any signs of development at this time. Okay, that's another model that we look at. It is called Ventusky. I know some people look at their own models. Yeah. So this is one of the models that we look at. So we go to the 20th, and then we do the animation for the 20th, and that will show the passage of that tropical wave, and we're into Thursday, of that gradual, that drying coming in on Thursday. Okay, this is another model that we run for dust haze or Saharan dust. Well, Saharan dust is basically dust from the Sahara Desert in Africa, which moves across our area. It happens mostly during the hurricane season because of the intensity of the high pressure system or the trade winds moving across the Atlantic. Now this is actual data of Saharan dust in our area. So the reds would represent a greater intensity of Saharan dust, and the yellows would be of lighter intensity. So you can look at the this figure here, which shows the moisture associated with that tropical wave. So normally the moisture or the rainfall associated with the tropical wave will act as a sink, and it will remove some of the Saharan dust from the atmosphere. So that area, which shows basically the absence or less Saharan dust, will represent the area where the moisture content of that tropical wave is located. Okay, now this is a model of for seas. So that would represent swells. So we can determine the forecast for swells for the next few days by running that model, because the different colors will tell you the heights of swells expected in the area. Okay, so we're looking at let's look at the GFS 13, and then we'll look at what happened today in terms of rainfall. But that was basically the forecast, and you can see that there was the expectation for rainfall during today into tonight and into tomorrow morning, with a drying out expected thereafter. There could be some showers on Friday, and that would be like probably during the morning period, and then there's expected to be a further drying continuing into Saturday and Sunday, with some showers coming in by Monday, and also an increasing wind speeds. If you look back here, you can see that we're expecting gusty winds from Thursday, and that would be like for mid-morning 11 and continuing, and then we have a decrease in winds, and then we have a return, an increasing intensity of winds by Monday. Okay, thank you very much for listening and viewing. My name is Marshall Alexander. I hope this information was very useful to you. Don't forget to visit our website. If you need more information, visit our resource page. If you need some explanation as to the meaning of certain terms, you can go to our resource page and get some more information. We can get current conditions, as I mentioned earlier, forecast conditions. Stay tuned to the weather reports that have been issued by DBS Radio and the other stations. And we also have a Facebook page, Dominica Met, where you can get updated weather information. Thank you very much, and hope to see you next time.
DBS Radio now brings to you professional and quality live streaming services for all your funerals, special occasions, and events. Contact us today at 448-3282 or 448-3283, or email us at dbsradio@cwdom.com. DBS Radio,